So I just picked up this 40-volt battery-powered lawnmower from Ryobi. Gonna try it out, gonna tell you what I think about it in case you're thinking about getting one for yourself. Stick with us. Before we jump into it, I just want to say this is not a sponsored video. We bought this with our own money. I didn't get a whole bunch of battery-powered lawnmowers and compare all the features side by side. I just looked what best suited us and went and bought it. Telling you what I think of it. Okay, got the box down. I want to open it up. I already took out the manual. Had a peek in it, but if you're looking for it when you get yours, it was just right in here in this little compartment. But right now, I really just want to get the batteries out and the charger out and get that on charge because I need to use it today. So that looks like the chute for the side. This obviously is the collection bag, which I probably will, to be honest, never use. That's the handle for the collection bag. Probably down here are the batteries, I assume. Trying to do this with one hand is a little tricky. I might just break down this box. Let's see if it goes easy. Well. That's one way to do it. There's the charger. There's one battery, and there's the other battery. There we go. And we are charging. So flashing green, indicating the charging there, and even on the battery itself, the indicator light there is going. So we'll let that get juiced up, and then we'll drop the other one in. Okay, full charge. That took just under an hour. So I'm going to pop this one off. There's a button under here you squeeze to release it. And I'll put the other one on. Okay, take it out of the box. Just these out of the way. Should be able to just pick it up and roll it out. So on the top there's this here that would switch between mulch and bag, or if you're using the side whatever you call it, vent for the grass, that should be on mulch. But if you flip this, it flips open under here, a little door, and let me just flip that back. Try and do this with one hand. Here, can you hold this up, buddy? You got it? Hold it. Okay.
What?
Hold it.
That's heavier than I thought.
This is for mulch mode. Keep all the clippings in there. So, easy way to open it up if you're using a bag. Which I never do, really. I usually use mulch mode, and that's what I'm going to start with here. But the grass is pretty long in some spots, so I'm going to put the side, whatever you call it, on in a little bit, but we're going to start out in mulch mode. To flip the handle up, this is pretty easy. You just unlock it with these. You can see there's a peg to hold it in place. You flip those 90 degrees. It pulls back that pin. And then you can just flip this over. And then you just put these back. and you may have to lift it a little bit to get that to lock in there. And I think that's pretty much it. Put the batteries in and start it up. Okay, get the battery in. Just lift this up. There's a start key here. I don't know, probably just leave that in there, to be honest. And then spot for the 2 batteries. So go ahead, buddy. Oh, almost got it. Here, let me help. Okay, just got to line up these grooves with the slot here. There we go. All right, that's one. The other one. All right, we're ready to go. Close it up. Yep. Perfect. Thanks, man. All right, up here to start it, you just pull this in and you hit this start. Pretty simple. I think this is for the... Whoa! That takes off. That's the self-propelled. That was faster than I thought. So anyway, there's the handle for the self-propelled part of it.
Do it again.
I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah.
I got to lower the blade, I think. Or maybe raise the blade. So let's look at that. All right, to raise and lower the height of this, it's just one lever. So this is the controls, and it's got a bunch of different settings. I don't know how much you can see there, but it goes up to 10 different height adjustments. Pretty quick and easy. We're going to go mid-range for now. So go ahead, bud.
It's heavy again.
Get it? All right. Well, let's try it out. And I am going to set my stopwatch so I get an idea of how long the battery runs. So an FYI, these are the speed controls. So it really takes off when it's all the way up. So I dropped it a couple of notches and it's a lot better. I'm just going to go down around the back here in the shed. This is the worst the lawn really gets. And you can see how it handles the mulching pretty well. And it bumps up into turbo mode automatically when you hit thick grass, which right down there we're going to. So pull this in. And battery, we still have half a battery left, and should be enough to get through the rest of the lawn, which is I'm already over halfway through. So hopefully, but this is bad back here. It's pretty long, so it's going to work extra hard, but we'll test it out. And you can hear it quiet it back down once we get out of the long grass. Also, we're at 35 minutes runtime plus 7 minutes I had before, where I had to stop and do some raking and I didn't restart the timer. I just reset it. So we're a little over half runtime. So got to finish off this here, and that's the rest of the lawn. Out of gas. 54:42 plus 7 minutes. So basically almost 62 minutes of runtime. And I almost got through everything, but I did use the self-propelled the entire time because I wanted to test it out. I also left the mulcher on because it seemed to be not having a problem. but the entire backyard, it was basically on turbo mode the entire time. So I think I didn't quite get through the lawn, but pretty close. I'll show you in a second. And but I think if I don't use the self-propel all the time, I'm still going to be using the mulching, but I probably could have raised it a notch so it wasn't quite so low. That might have got me through it. But I'll, like I said, I'll run it through one more time just to make sure that I'm not telling any fibs when I say that I can get through mowing my lawn or not. You can see this is the little patch that I got left. So I was so close. But like I said, a couple of little changes and it should be good. Your mileage may vary. But just a note, I put this on the charger and it did start charging right away. My old mower, it would take some time to cool down, wait for the battery to cool down before it would start charging. So if you do need to charge to do your lawn, that's one thing to know, is that you can plop it on the charger and it'll kick in and start charging right away. So I did go out later that evening and just with one battery in it, and that answered a couple of questions for me. One was whether or not it would run with one battery, and it does. And the second is how does light work? So here's a clip of what it looks like at nighttime trying to mow with this thing. And not something I'll use often, but certainly handy when you have to dart out and do a little bit after dark. So now I'm going to do another run with the mower, the same height, still going to mulch, going to use the self-propelled, but what I am going to do is just run one battery. The other one's on the charger, and this way when I switch batteries, I can put this one back on charge, and I'm hoping that will get me through to finish the whole lawn in one go. So we will see. Okay, back in the garage. This battery is dead. I forgot to time it, but it was about half an hour, I would say. I did time when the light started flashing on the handle and the low battery light, and that I got about 2 minutes after that came on. So just so you know, when you're doing it, that's what that flashing light means. You got about 2 minutes left. I got almost through the front lawn, didn't quite make it all the way. The grass was actually, I thought it was going to be better this time, the second time, but it's actually worse than the last time because it was pretty thick. We had got some rain, we got sun between now and then, and I was about 2 or 3 days behind when I actually wanted to mow. So it was actually probably harder on the battery than it was the first time. So anyway, we'll see. I got the one battery down, gonna load up the second one, put this one back on charge, and by the time the second one runs out, I'm hoping I got enough juice left in the first one to finish the job. But I guess we'll find out. Okay, this one is, second battery is flashing. It ran out. I got about 27 minutes of runtime on this, but the grass was super thick, and so that's not really surprising to me. That gave this less time to charge, of course, but we got two bars anyway, and we're in the middle of the third one. So I'm going to pop this off now and try and finish the rest of the grass. I'm going to go outside here and show you what I got done to compare it to the first time. I did not get as much done as I did with both batteries in, but I suspect that's more about the conditions of the grass than anything else.
So I completely lost audio here. I had the mic turned around to record the mower itself. Plus it was windy, so you can't hear anything I'm saying, but I'm basically saying this is all I have left, and I'm hoping I can get through it with the charge I have on the first battery while I was using the second battery to continue mowing.
All right, back in the garage, got it done. Still one bar not flashing left on there. So yeah, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to use that method with a single battery at a time to do the lawn, I guess. Maybe I'll try it once it gets a little bit better, less thick. Once I mow it a few times, maybe I can get away with putting both batteries in at once. But in the meantime, I'm just going to use one at a time to make sure that I can do it in one go. To go over some of the features here, this is pretty handy. The battery indicator is really helpful. Speed selection shows up nice and clear, even in the light. let's pop that in. If you go all the way up, it is pretty fast at that speed. I left it mine about here, 2 down. I did use the self-propelled more than I thought I would. It is heavier than my old one, so that's why the self-propelled really helps. It's still manageable, but certainly not as light as the one I had. So I did use that more than I anticipated. Overall, pretty good. The wheels are good sized, didn't get hung up anywhere. The single point here to change the height of the unit was pretty slick. It's just the one thing you have to adjust. It does raise and lower the whole thing, which is handy. My last one, I had to adjust every wheel to do it, but I'm probably not going to change that very often, really, now that I got it set for my yard. But it's easy enough to do. My 6-year-old could do it no problem. So good. I didn't write any notes, so I'm just going to look at the box here. I want to talk about this stuff. So power, I don't really know how to judge that, but what I can say is that it had no problem mulching the very long grass that I had. So that was, it's got more power than I need. And I think I would rate it quite high in that regard. 80-minute runtime is probably a bit of a stretch. It does say up to in very, very fine, small letters there. But yeah, I got about 60 minutes, maybe a little bit more. And then maybe another probably 15 minutes using the one battery at a time method. So that got me up to about 75. But you would need pretty ideal conditions to get 80 minutes, I think. It says ideal for 3/4 of an acre or less. Our lot is about 2/3 of an acre, and then we got the house and the garage on it. So we're probably about half an acre maybe of grass to mow. You'd be stretching it to get 3/4 of an acre of mowing out of this. Personal opinion. Your mileage may vary. So there you go. That's my thoughts on this thing. Overall, pretty happy with it. It's going to do the job for us. All right, that's good. I didn't do anything with the bag. So if you've used it, put a comment down below. Let me know how it works. I'll never use it myself, but other people might be interested. Same with the discharge on the side. If you're using that, it'd be good to hear what those are like. But for me, the mulching works. It works well. Has lots of power. I can squeeze out enough with battery life to do the whole lawn in one go. That checks all the boxes for me. So if you like this, it was helpful, hit like, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.